Your eyes, your ears, your nose are your sensors. And what I'm trying to do is to give technology eyes, ears, and nose. We think traditionally of having our five senses. You've got hearing, which helps you to be aware, especially when driving. Smell is our passive safety sense. If there's a fire in this place, the first way you're gonna know about it is with smell. Your sense of touch, you can feel the air moving over your skin. You maybe feel that you're falling. Your sense of taste is your tongue. And once I say that, you're like, well, of course. And your eyes. You're so visual, it's so important to you, right? Because for you, it's how you navigate the world. So we're trying to make robots to operate in a human world. It becomes natural to outfit it with the senses that we use to navigate that world every day. And as you begin to develop, sensors for technology, I have to go beyond the basic five senses to build my research. We can talk about sense of direction. You as a person do that with your eyes, just where is the sun in the sky? So the GPS chip, which is a sensor that's measuring radio signals coming in and figuring out where you are. Sense of time is another one I love to talk about. If you think about it with the cell phone, you no longer have an excuse like, why were you late? Well, my watch was wrong. They're all in the network, they're all synchronized, we all know what time it is. And it's changed things. I think people get places more promptly than they used to. Sense of balance is one of the most important things we have. Now, you as a person know which way is up. An accelerometer is a sensor. It's used to measure motion and to measure which way is up. So when you turn your screen on your phone, it's the accelerometer that knows which way is up.
A gyroscope, it's basically a mechanism that can measure a twist. So as you move a device that has a gyroscope in it, it can tell its orientation.
This is a robot. It has accelerometers in there. It has the gyroscopes in there. It has the pressure sensor in there. It has an ultrasonic sensor in there. All of those are coming together to allow this to perfectly hold its position here off the ground.
So sensors can be not necessarily a physical silicon quantity that I'm making. There are meta sensors that are beyond that. We can talk about the sense of humor. It's one of our most innate things, and we love to stimulate it, and we love to record it. So the best sensor I have for a sense of humor is the like button. If they pass it on to the friends, it was probably pretty funny, right? It's one of those things. And so as we begin to bring digital technology to operate or move around our world, it's these sensors that are creating this content that we are actually going to feed into our senses to recreate that experience.
Virtual reality is really a great demonstrator for how the sensors have to come together as our interface into driving the simulation of virtual reality.
You could imagine in a virtual world, you'd like to track your physical movements in the real world. And so the ultrasonic technology gives a distance measurement in three-dimensional space. And so that works together with the gyroscope, which gives relative angular changes, and the accelerometer, which gives relative linear changes to give a more accurate representation of any peripheral relative to the head-mounted display.
The way you move through the world right now is you use your sensors. And as we begin in this age of robotics, we're trying to outfit that with the sensors to help it move around the real world. At the same time, we're using sensors to digitize the world around us, to create a virtual world so people can share these experiences. And that's really what the sensors is about. It's bridging the gap between the real world and the virtual world. It's just fun to be on that edge, that boundary between these two things, and just to see where it's going to take us.